Is Putin's Russia sailing slowly back into the authoritarian and despotic dictatorship of his brutal Soviet predecessors, who ruled from Moscow, or imperial Third Rome as the Red Beast which was, and is not and yet is, or be revived again one last time before the return of Christ to the earth to set up God's kingdom here, replacing the Antichrist's evil Red Empire? This year 2022, the 24th of February, is invasion of the Russians' former homeland in the Ukraine, from which the Russian kingdom first originated from, in Kiev, the capital of the Kievan Rus state in Europe since 862 AD. It leaves no reason to doubt this, as seen by his unjust repressions and murders of his political opponents both in the Kremlin and long-term imprisonment and exile of his anti-war protesters on the streets of the cities of Russia. However, the coming fierce-faced king of the north, the man of sin and the son of perdition, who is against all gods and idolatrous objects of worship predicted by Daniel and Paul, will made President Putin looks like an altar boy to the Metropolitan Patriarch Kirill of Moscow and a choir boy to President Zelensky of Ukraine, because he will destroy wonderfully the mighty and the holy people, or God's tribulation saints, left behind as the symbolic rest of the seed of Zion, the symbolic pregnant woman, or the godly remnant still on the earth who keep the commandments of God and witness to Jesus Christ after his symbolic firstborn man-child, or the universal Christian church worldwide was caught up to God and to his throne, which of course is in heaven, according to the Christ's prophecy revealed to John in Revelation 12 verse 17 and 5. So, it is very important to notice carefully that the Greek word translated as was caught up is harpazo, Strong's number, G726, or raptus in Latin, from which the English word raptured is derived from correctly and unmistakably. The latest ex-Soviet Armed Forces emblem of the Russian Federation has quite recently incorporated an Imperial Roman aquila or eagle within the Red Star logo. What's the significance of this change? Have you ever wondered? Why an eagle inside the Red Star of the Red Beast of the ex-USSR? Here's the answer and explanation. The Roman eagle, or aquila in Latin, enclosed within the Red Star logo of the Soviet Union, which previously has a white or yellow border around it, is also the emblem of the Russian naval and armed forces, which did not change with the death of the Soviet Union in December 1991. This Russian eagle can be traced back in its history to the imperial double-headed eagle ensign or symbol of the Russian Empire, which was adopted by the Grand Prince of Moscow, Ivan III, also known as the Great, and also later by his grandson Ivan IV the Terrible, who officially took for himself the title of Tsar, meaning Caesar, as the legitimate heir or rightful successor to the last emperor Constantine XI Palaiologos of the Eastern Roman or Greek Byzantine Empire, which had fallen in 1453 to the Ottoman Turks. This same Palaiologian double-headed eagle, the Byzantine emperors copied from the imperial symbol of the emperors of Constantinople, the New Rome, Nova Roma, or Second Rome, which they modified, adding an extra head looking towards the east instead of a single one facing the west, both having been passed down historically from the imperial Roman eagle or aquila of the original or Old First Rome in Italy. The Red Star and the Roman eagle painted on the mobile nuclear missiles of an armored vehicle rehearsed to be paraded by the ex-Soviet Russian armed forces and officers carrying red flags minus the hammer and sickle of communism on their rifles on May 9th Victory Parade on the Red Square, Moscow this year 2022. But why are they still displaying the Red Star with the Roman eagle and the red flags? Is it to remind us that the Red Beast or the Russian bear is only hibernating, having been wounded by Boris Yeltsin's signing of the Belarusia Accord in December 1991 with Belarus and Ukraine, but not mortally killed or had died totally, but is now secretly waking up as a great superpower once again, as the old Soviet Union, USSR, or CCCP 1.0 once was in the past before its collapse, or as Moscow's claim to be the Imperial Roman Empire of the North succeeding Constantinople, the Second Rome of the East.
Russia has one of the largest militaries in the world.
The red star with the Roman eagle enclosed within it displayed on the side armor plate of the Russian tanks parading on the Red Square, Moscow. From Rome 1.0 in the west to Rome 2.0 in the east to Rome 3.0 or Moscow, Russia in the north, is indisputably seen here and identified as the Third Rome. Thus the Roman eagle within the red star symbol of Soviet Russia is now also the military emblem of the modern Russian armed forces of today. Even the new national anthem of Putin's Russia, which he has replaced the one of President Boris Yeltsin's democratic, independent Russia called the patriotic song, now has revived that old nostalgic red communist anthem and feeling of the once proud and great Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, USSR, which had collapsed as a major catastrophe of the 20th century, according to him in an address to the Federal Assembly in 2005, but with some changes to its lyrics instead of course to covertly hide its Soviet revolutionary fervor and ethos of the past and his ambition of a great Russian empire like those envisioned by Lenin, Stalin, who also loved and imitate the ambitious plans of Tsar Peter the Great and Ivan the Terrible, who expanded the Russian Empire in their days.